in English. Keep not thy silence. O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still. O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. They have consulted against thy hidden one. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yahshua may be no more remembered. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They are hoping the children of Lot. Say lie. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisir, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kason, will perish at Endor, that they came as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Harel, like Zaire, yea, make their princes as Abba and as Amunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the house of Yahweh in possession. O Yahweh, make them like a wheel that stumble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. So,
everybody, Yashab, get ready to go ahead and start this Sabbath service.
That means to be seated. All right, so we're going to pick up at Exodus 3 and 13. You can follow along in your blue letter Bible. It has the Yiddish or the Assyrian. You can look it up. I suggest you get into the ISUPK language classes, the greatest classes that on the face of the earth today, that you learn your identity and history according to the Bible. And we'll do it in the Assyrian, and we'll also do it in the English Bible Kashah Salaki. If you have any questions while we're reading along, Lord willing, be able to break these things down so we can understand our history according to the scriptures. If you have any questions about anything that you hear or see during these classes, you can raise your hand, or since you're not in class, you can just say, put your question in the chat box and we'll get to it. Bible Kashah. All right, let's go.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 3, verse 13 in the Hebrew. Waya Amar, Masha, Al, Ha'alahayam, Salaka, Ha'alahayam, Hana, Ankaya, Ba'a, Al, Banya, Yasha'ala, Amaratya, Laham, Ahaya, Salaka, Al-Haya, Alahaya, Salaka, Abawat Yakum, Shalak Naya, Alak Yakum, Allah Yakum, Salakia, Wa Amarwa, Laya, Ma, Shamwa, Ma, Amar, Alaham, verse 14, Waya Amar, Alahayum, Al, Maisha, Ahaya, Aishar, Ahaya, Wa Amar, Ka, Ha Amar, Labunya, Yasha'ala, Ahaya, Shalak Naya, Alayakum, verse 15, Waya Amar, Iwad, Alahayum, Al, Maisha, Ka, Ha Amar, Al, Banya, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Alahaya. Abat Yakum. Alahaya. Abraham. Alahaya. Yatazakak. Wa Alahaya. Yaquab. Shalak Naya. Alayakam. Za. Shamya. La'ilum. Waza. Zachariah. Ladar. Dar. Verse 16. Lakah. Wa Asapat. At. Zakonia. Yasha'ala. Wa Amarat. Alahaya. It's like Alahum. Yahweh. Alahaya. Abat Yakam. Nara'ai. Al-Ya. Alahaya. Abraham. Yatazakak. Wa Yaquab. La Amar. Paquad. Paquadatya. Atakam. Wa'at. Ha'ai Shawa Ya. Lakam. Bamaraya Bama Tazayaram. It's like a Bama Tazarayam. Verse 17. Wa Amar. A'ila. Atakam. Ma'ainaya. Matazarium. Al. Arataza. Haka na'ain ya. Wahakatya. Waha amarya. Wahapari zaya. Wahakawaya. Wahaya bawam. What's like a Wahaya bawa saya. Al. Arataza. Zabat. Kalab. Wadabash, verse 18. Washama Iowa, Lakwala Laka, Wabaat, Ata, Wazakwa Naya, Yasha'ala, Al, Malak, Matazarium, Wa'amaratham, Allah Yawa, Yahweh, Allah Haya, Ha'ai Baria, Ha'ai Baria Yum. Nakwara, Ala Yanawa, Al Yanawa, Salakia, Wa'aita, Nala Ka, Na'a, Darak, Shalashat, Yum Yum, Salaki Yum, Bama Dabar, Wanaza Bak, Salaki, Wanaza Baka, La Yahawa. Allah ha yana waya slaka wa anya ya da ait ya kaya la yatan ata slaka atakam malak matazarium la halak wala bayad kaza ka. It's the book of Genesis, slaka Exodus chapter 3. Verse 13 in the English.
So, like, can y'all hear can you hear the brother microphone, Baba Kusha?
Come. Okay, come. Mr. Book, stopped at verse 19, but I'm back at verse 13 now in the English. 20, is it? Okay, come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 20 in the Hebrew. Washalakatya at yadya wahakayat ya at matazarium. 13. Okay, come. No, you too.
Salaki.
Hey, it's all good. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 13 in the English. And Moses said unto the Most High, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel and shall say unto them, the Most High of your, so like the power of your fathers have sent me unto you, and they shall say to me, what is his name? What shall I say unto them? Verse 14. And the Most High said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am have sent me unto you.
Now, for you out there that don't understand what the Lord and Moses is talking about, you may get confused and say the Lord's name is I am. And see, that shows the ignorance of you not knowing who the God of your father is. You understand? He's actually saying, like, back then they would be afraid to even usher the Lord's name. You understand? Because they know he was a terrible power. They know that he's a God that sends tornadoes. He's a God that sends hurricanes. He's a God that sends fires. While I am what I am. You know what I'm saying? They didn't play with the Lord. But if you go back and look, the so-called in the earth, they may call his name what they call it, Jehovah, right? But these are bastardized translation from the Lord's name, which is Yahweh. So everybody know that the letter J was not in the not in no form or fashion a part of etymology. What's the word? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the phonetic sounds, if I may, it's made up. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Is Lord's name is Yahweh, right? Read on.
Come, sir. Salakia. Verse 15. And the Most High said, moreover unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, the Most High power of your fathers, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob have sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations.
Now the Lord, the Most High, was very specific about naming their fathers, meaning the leaders of the children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure there were tons of leaders, but these were the prominent leaders of Israel. And this is the thing: when he were to call out his name, if you fell up under the banner of Israel, you knew exactly who Abraham was. You understand? You know exactly who Isaac was, because you know exactly that fell up under your generations. You know exactly who Jacob was, because these are things that were passed down through your generations. It's almost like if you never seen Michael Jordan play today. Nobody didn't grow up. If you didn't grow up in the 90s, if you didn't get a chance to see Michael Jordan play at all, like live, guess what? If you went to your children today and say, listen, you know Michael Jordan, guess what? Your children gonna know Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, if he went to Larry, what was his name? Kareem with the hook. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If see, those are different generation that I didn't grow up in playing, but guess what? My fathers knew he was, and they knew the impact that this brother had on the game. Well, this is not a game that we're talking about. This is real life for Black, Hispanics, Native Indians. So what the Lord is saying, this is your father, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Then guess what? We all, as a nation of people, recognize, okay, that's their God. But today, you don't know who your father is. Half of us don't, let alone knowing your generation that you come out of. Let alone understanding that you belong to the house of Israel according to the Bible. But today in ISUBK, we broadcast throughout the whole planet Earth, so that way when we call out these names, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we all understand, okay, this is my lineage. These are the descendants, you know what I'm saying? These are the progenitors of Israel, and these are the things that have been passed down. And the one thing that they passed down that Israel got, that nobody else on the earth has, is the only true and living God of the whole earth, man. And his name is what? Yahweh. All right. Go ahead.
Khan, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 16. So go and gather the elders of Israel together.
Gather the who?
The elders of Israel.
And why would he say the elders? Because the elders would have recognized the name of their fathers. Right. These are once again it's telling you that you would have recognized these names once you gather with the elders. The elders would have been like, yeah, I remember my dad used to. Right. Before we came into the land of Egypt, I remember the Jacob, man, you're cool. Right. You know what they say? You know what I'm saying? They would have remembered. That's why you get with older folks. Because older folks gonna tell you things that younger folks just don't know. You understand? That's just how life goes. You wanna learn something that you didn't know? Go talk to a person that's older than you. They'll tell you. Go ahead, brother Salaki.
Okay. And say unto them, the Most High power.
It's Salaki too. You can always tell a young kid that been raised by some old folks. Right. You know, they have all these little sayings like, what does little dude come from, man? He been raised by a granddaddy. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Salaki.
The Most High power of your fathers, the power of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob, appeared unto me, saying, I have surely visited you and seen that which is done to you in Egypt. Verse 17. And I have
seen it done to what?
In Egypt.
And what?
In Egypt.
If we know anything about Egypt, what is Egypt in the Hebrew?
It's Montezarium.
Montezarium. And we also know Montezarium means what?
Bondage, sir.
The house of bondage, man. Everybody is so mysticism, all the mysticism that follows out of Egypt. Oh, you know, the pharaohs and the da-da-da-da. It's absolute garbage, man. The house of Egypt was abundant unto us because their generations forgot what we did for them. Much like you don't get any recognition for the contributions that you make to America here in this empire. It's another house of bondage. That's why we say spiritually, America is what? Egypt, right? And the Lord said, I see what y'all are going through in Egypt. But you got to call on you got to recognize who I am and what I've been to your fathers. You don't think the Lord see the oppression that we go through as Black, Hispanics, Native Indians here in this earth? The ISUPK is standing up and we're remembering the things that the God of our fathers, and we're teaching the earth to get back to following the law, statutes, and commandments and serve the God of our fathers. So he understands the oppression and the bondage that we going through here in America. The problem is you calling on Serge Boy's name. You calling on AT&T name, meaning all these gods that you serve, all these things that you connect yourself to that has no real power at all in the earth. Instead of giving your true strength and your true service to the Lord, you'll give it to IBM. You'll give it to the military. You'll give it to somebody who's trying to destroy you instead of serve the Lord. These are the things that we speak and we make it plain for our people to understand it. If we get back to serving our God, the God of our fathers, then we can get out of the house of bondage, the house of America, much like Moses was sent to the children of Israel because God, the Most High, seen what we was facing in the land of Egypt. So what you think he'll do for us here in America? Well, we got to remember the God of our fathers first, though. Go ahead.
Verse 17. And I have said, I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt.
What are you going to do?
I have said, I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt.
Now, how many of us want to stay in this affliction that we live with here in this empire? Keep on eating your Ben and Jerry ice cream and just enjoying the fruits of this earth. But guess what you're going to have to go through? You're going to go through some affliction. You're going to work till you're 75 years old looking at that goddamn computer screen. Your hands going to have carpal tunnel in it. Your feet going to be swollen up looking like a bag of oranges. But you're going to be able to have sex with whatever the hell you want to have sex with. You're going to be able to smoke all the weed, sniff all the cocaine, and all the crack, and all the strip clubs that's around here. And you're going to continue to stay in this affliction. Or we can change our lives and go back to serving the God of our fathers. Go ahead, brother.
Come. Unto the land of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, unto a land flowing with milk and honey. Verse 18. And they shall hearken to the voice and they shall hearken to thy voice, and thou shalt come, and thou and the elders of Israel, unto the king of Egypt, and you shall say unto him, the most high power of the Hebrews.
The most high power of who?
Of the Hebrews.
I love a brother that understands what he understands the assignment of. he knew exactly what I was gonna do when they got there. Because that is very significant. This shows a clear distinction between us and everybody else. This shows us who our God and what the history that he's done in the earth. He delivered us out of the land, the ones that everybody hate. You. The one that you look in the mirror and you hate yourself every damn day. The one that you when you try to convince white people to really love you, try to convince the Salaki, the oppressor, to love you, so he can show how good of a job that you've been doing, that don't mean a damn thing to the Lord. You don't understand that you doing that is another form of affliction. You looking for acceptance from somebody else that, you know what I'm saying, like it's a way for you to get out of bondage. That is not how you get out of bondage. That raise that you want, that promotion that you want, it look good for us having more money, but we all know with more money, what, more problems. You know it's coming. They're gonna expect for you to be there on time, no days off, take extra shifts, and do everybody else's job when they don't want to do it, and get blamed for everything. Come on with it.
So, like, if I made it, and that's so heavy what you're saying, because like the scripture says, can anyone make straight what the Most High has made crooked? And we sitting here trying to make the oppressor go so straight when he was made to be crooked.
Right.
You understand? You cannot yield, or what they say, bend that bar if it's already crooked and it's made crooked by the Most High, man. Accept the devil, the oppressor, for what he is, man. You understand? And start stepping into your culture as being Black, Spanish, Native Indian, Yasha Allah in the Hebrew, man. Salak.
Damn right. You know, the oppressor get $1 million and he pays nothing in taxes because he understand all the loopholes. you get your first bill, you complaining like, man, they took over 300,000. Why? Because you don't understand the loopholes. Because you were trying to get it the right way because you never known how it was done. It's hard to, you know what I'm saying, to build something that ain't never been done. But the oppressor been taking and taking and taking and taking for generations. That they were talking about the amount of wealth that the wicked witch died, and she left to what's his name, Charles in charge now all of a sudden, and he didn't have to pay any taxes on the so-called royal wealth. You know why they didn't have to pay taxes on it? Because all of it is stolen. That's why. That's right. Yeah, you get a raise, you paying your taxes. The oppressor get a raise, he can find ways to get a loophole. You go in there and buy a new car, your interest rate is 5.3. The oppressor go in there and buy a car, his is 1.3. And you don't get a chance to look at his paperwork. So they have to do formal investigations, and they find out that Honda be scamming off the top based on the color of your skin. Ain't that something? A consumer report. Think about how long they've been doing that. See the affliction you face, you don't even know it. You won't get a chance to see the oppression that's actually in America. You just feel it. As to why we'd high blood pressure, heart disease. See, this goes back to us not knowing the God of our fathers. Right. So when the affliction comes, you don't know where it's coming from, how it's coming. Right. You just know it's here. That's to why Moses had to go to him and say, hey, listen, we better get back to serving the God of our fathers. Right. Go ahead.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 13. It's like 18 in the middle. And you shall say unto him, the most high power of the Hebrews have of the Hebrews. Of the Hebrews.
Now this is the other part. Everybody else know who the God of our God is too. Right. Everybody else know who your God is. Right. But you don't want to know. You want to have parties, and you probably got a pumpkin on your step right now. Right. A jack-o'-lanterns, and what they call them. Yeah, it could buy us crane and all these. You preparing for Halloween right now. Why everybody else, the whole damn earth, know that you're not serving the God of your fathers, man. So they can further afflict you with oppression. Right. Read on.
Come. Hath met with us, and now let us go. We beseech thee 3 days' journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to the Most High our power. Right. Verse 19. And I'm sure that the king of Egypt will not let you go. No, not by a mighty hand.
Right. The Lord said, I am sure that he's not going to let you go. Right. All right. You ready for?
Come. This is the book of Genesis. Like I keep saying Genesis. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 20 in the Hebrew. Washalakatya, at, yadya, wahakayat, ya, at, Montazarium, Bakal, Napalaatya, Ashar, Aisha, it's like it. Bakara Bawa, Bakarabwa, it's like it. Wa Akaria, Khan, Yashalak Atakum, verse 21. Wanataya At Kun Ha'ain Hazah Ba'ayana. It's like a Ba'ay Yanya Matazarium Wahaya Kaya Tala Kawan La'a Tala Talak Salaka Tala Kawa Raya Kwam, verse 22. Washa Allah Asha Mashakana Not Washa Salaka Mashaka Nata Wama Garat Bayata Kalaya Kasap Wakalya Zahab Washamalat Washamathum Al Bunyakum Wa'al Banta Yakum Wana Tazalatum At Matazarium. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Waya Ain, Maisha, Waya Amar, Wahan, La'ah, Ya'ah Man, Ya'ah Maya Nawa, Laya, Wala'ah, Yasha Ma'aiwa, Bakalya, Kaya, Ya'amarwa, La'ah, Nara'ai, Alayak, Yahweh, verse 2. Waya Amar, Al Yawa, Yahweh, Mazah, Baya Dak, Waya Amar, Mata, verse what is it? Verse 3. Waya Amar, Hashalaya Kahawa, Arataza, Waya Shalaya Kahawa, Arataza, Waya Haya, Lana Kash, Waya Nas, Masha, Mapunyawa, verse 4, Waya Amar. Oh, there's one more, sir. 4 is the last one. Okay. Waya Amar, Yahweh, Al, Masha, Shalak, Yadak, Wa'ama, Slaka, Wa'akaz, Baza, Bazan, Bawa, Waya Shalak, Yadwa, Waya Kazak, Bawa, Waya Haya, Lamata, Baka Pawa. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 20, in the English. So like it. And I will stretch out my hand and smite Egypt with all my wonders, which I will do in the midst thereof. And after that, he will let you go. Verse 21.
He will do what?
He will let you go.
So you think about what the Lord did to Egypt. He didn't say he might let you go. He may be what they saw prevail to let you go. The Lord say, when I smite him, I'm gonna let you go. You're gonna get this work. You understand? So what are you trying to hold on to here in this empire? Trust me, I just listened to some last night. Commander Jenny Hunter was saying like to let go of this world, mean the idea that you're actually part of this empire, it's real freedom. Because if you don't let it go, when the Lord smite it, when he do it, you're gonna feel like you're losing something. Come on,
sir, if I may, you're gonna be like Lot's wife.
Come
looking back,
nostalgic.
Come.
You're gonna be just like Lot's wife. You got to understand, when the Lord free you from something, that son, that daughter that want to stay in the world, that mother, that father, that auntie, that cousin that want to come up against you because you serving the Lord, you got to say that, so be it. Because when the earth get destroyed and the things that they value and the thing that you thought was valuable in the earth get destroyed, they're gonna look at you and be like, yeah, you was right the whole time. Right. And you have to say, I wasn't right. The Most High was right, man. That's what you have to say. So all them that try to come up against you and say you're stupid and you know they don't agree with whatever that you're doing. What do they agree with? Do they agree with politicians? They do. Do they agree with abortion clinics? They do. Do they agree with Christianity? They do. Do they agree with the oppressor? They do. Do they agree with the 4th of July? They do. So of course they're not going to agree with you, because they're doing whatever that they can right now to feel good in the moment. But just like the Most High smited Egypt, He's gonna do the same thing to this place. So what would they hold on to then? What would those generations hold on to then? Lord willing, we teach our children so they'll have a chance to come out of this place and not have to wait till they 26, 27, 30, 40, 50 years old to wake up and finally smell the goddamn coffee. To understand that this place is bondage for us, man. To understand all the things that we invest time in, examine them. Examine those things that we invest time in and put it up against these scriptures. And you tell me, what should you be doing? Like, really take a look at your life. Take a screenshot, if I may, modern day technology. Right. Take a screenshot of your life. And you tell me, and compare it to the Bible, and you tell me what righteousness are you really following. You go in there and say you're a child of God. The Most High only preferred the children of Israel over all the other nations. And you tell me where He allowed one child of Israel to celebrate a birthday. You tell me where in these scriptures one child where we celebrated other nations' victories over our own. The Lord gave us a very specific outline what we should follow and what we should do to get out of this bondage. From up under another nation. But if we happen to go into another nation, thou shalt not serve other gods. Right. Thou shalt not give thy sons and daughters over to another nation. Right. Thou shalt not make marriages with strangers. He gave us rules and regulations to how to deal with other nations, even when we're inside of the other nations. Right. He didn't tell us to go be just like the other nations. That's not what He said. Go ahead.
Khan, that's the book of Genesis. Oh, God night. The book of Exodus. I must want to go back to Genesis today. Good night. So, like, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 21. And I will give this people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. And it shall come to pass that when ye go, you shall not go empty. Not go empty. So that was so like so that was a prophecy whenever Pharaoh and them gave all that riches to them. This is the prophecy coming to pass right here.
This is how you know that our God know how to look out for us. Right. He knows what you're gonna need, no matter where you go, no matter what land. If you be a good, be that thing that the Lord called us to be. And I ain't trying to sound all. It ain't. I ain't trying to hit nobody with no hocus pocus or the mysticism. You can be serving the Lord and it still may not go your way. But the one thing that you should submit yourself to is be willing to serve. You don't know what the outcome may be. He that loses life shall what? Gain his life. And everything that you lose you may gain it 7-fold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold. Be willing to do the service first. Don't be the one trying to hold on to every goddamn thing, thinking that I just gotta have it because I'm gonna hold it tight. You know the parable that the Yahweh said about when He gave them and they buried their riches. Man, do something with yourself. You smart. You want to create something. Do something not for your glory, but for the glory of the Most High, man. You trying to the sisters out there cooking. I can't wait till they get this potato salad, huh? But you looking for who the sister that made the potato salad? That's too wild. But when the sister say, you know what, I made a potato salad, but I made it so y'all can enjoy it, man. That's a whole nother vibe, man. I wanted y'all to be able to experience what the Most High has given me to make sure brothers and sisters can actually taste something that is good without pork in it. Yeah. So we can always we can see we can look at each other and say, yeah, we can do it without being like everybody else that's in the world. So like, go ahead.
Hey, right. Hey, we too out. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 22. But every woman shall borrow of her neighbor and of her that sojourneth in her house jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment, and you shall put them upon your sons and upon your daughters, and you shall spoil the Egyptians.
Yeah, the Egyptians are gonna go without.
Right.
Go ahead.
Come on. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 1. And Moses answered and said, but behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice, for they will say, the Most High have not appeared unto thee. So it's like Israel.
Sound like who?
Israel.
I don't know what Commander Junior Hunter talking about. Right. He the leader of Israel. Be willing to go up against any goddamn thing. Right. But yet and still you afflicted though. Right. You afflicted, and somebody telling you, hey, look, this is what thus says the Lord. Just try it out. At least, I mean, come to class at least one time. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Go to Deuteronomy 28 and 68 just one damn time. Right. That's right. Then you may believe what thus says the Lord. Go ahead.
Khan, it's the book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 2. And the Most High said unto him, what is it? What is that in thy hand? And he said, a rod. Verse 3. And he said, cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent. And Moses fled from before it. Salakia, right? And the Most High said unto Moses, put forth thy hand and take it by the tail. No, it's 4, sir. Take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand and it caught it, and it became a rod in his hand.
Most High in Christ. Right. It's just like a brother here, ain't it? Right. Oh shit! What the hell? Moses, right. He done dipped out, right? Yeah. But the one thing that even in reading that, it is even though Moses was afraid, he still followed what the Most High said. Now today, if some I drop a stick and it turns to a rattlesnake. Oh no, brother! You know what I'm saying? You sure about it? You know, but Moses didn't question the Most High, man. Not at that time, anyway. Go ahead.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 5 in the Hebrew. Lama'ain, Ya'ah Kaya, Nara'ai, Alayak, Yahweh, Alahaya, Abathum, Alahaya, Abraham, Alahaya, Yatazakak, Wa Alahaya, Yaquab. Verse 6. Wa Amar Yahweh Lawa, Iwad, Haba'a, Na'a, Yadak, Baka Yakak, Salaki, Baka Yakak, Wayaba'a, Yadwa, Baka Yakwa, Salaki, Baka Yakwa, Waya Wataza'a, Wahana, Yadwa, Matazara'ait, Kashalag. Verse 7. Wa Amar Hashab Yadak Al Kaya Kwak Wa Yashab Yadwa Al Hayakwa Wa Wayawa Taza'a Makaya Kwak. It's like Makaya Kwak. Maka Yakwa Wahana Shabbat Kabasharwa. Verse 8. Wahaya La'a Ya'ama Yanwa Laka Wala'a Yashamaiwa Lakwal Ha'at Hara'ashawan Waha Mayanawa Lakwal Ha'at Ha'akar 1. So like verse 9. Wayahaya La'a Ya'a Ma Yanwa Gum Lashanya Ha'at Wat Ha'ala, Wala'ah, Yashamayawan, Lakwalak, Wala Kat, Mama Ya Maya, Haya'ar, Washa Pakat, Haya Basha, Wahayawa, May Hamayum, Ashar, Hakwak, Mun, Hayar, it's like a Hayar, Wahayawa, Ladum, Baya Bashat. What's the last 11? Okay. Verse 10. Waya Amar, Masha, Al, Yahweh, Baya, Adunya, La'ah, Ayash, Dabariyam, Ana, Unkaya, Gum, Mata Mawal, Gum, Mashallah Shum, Gum, Ma'azah, Dabarak, Al, Iba Dak, Kaya, Kabad, Pa, Wakabar, it's like a Wakabad, Lashawan, Adun, it's like a Unya, no, Unkaya, verse 11, Waya Amar, Yahweh, Ala Yawa, Maya, Shum, Pa, La Adam, Awa, Maya, Yashawam, Alam, Awa, Karash, Awa, Pakwak, Awa, Iwar, Hala'ah, Anya, it's like Ana Kaya, Yahweh. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 5 in the English. That they may believe the most high power of their fathers, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob have appeared unto thee. Verse 6. And the Most High said furthermore unto him, put now thy hand into thy bosom.
So the first part was Moses understanding that the Most High was real, and understanding that the Most High was going to deal with him. All right, so now the Lord about to say, well, I'm going to show you something else. Read on.
Okay. And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow.
Now I'm going to use this example, all right? I'm going to use this example, and y'all pay attention to me, right? So Moses' hand had to have been another color outside his leprous. Now, if y'all listening right now, somebody type in the chat box and tell me, what is it? How do you recognize somebody that has that is leprous or has leprosy? What is the thing that they suffer from? If y'all listening online right quick, Baba Kushah, I ain't gonna turn this to. If y'all get a chance to, leprous means something that is your skin is without pigmentation, if I'm not mistaken, right? So he's saying that Moses' hand had to have been a color of pigmentation, right? At some point. So Moses, the Most High giving him this instruction, he said, put your hand inside of your bosom. So Moses put his hand, being that, right? Moses put his hand inside of the bosom. And his garment, right? Right. And then when Moses put, like, this was, imagine this. Moses, this hand. Right. Color, right? That's right. Pigmentation. Right. So Moses put his hand in his bosom. Right. 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 And then he pulled it out and his hand looked like this. Right. As leprous as snow. Huh? As leprous as snow. This became Moses' hand. Right. Then the only thing that Black Hispanics, they divinity need to understand that Moses had to have been a man of what? Color. Why are we look at the goddamn, what's his name, Charleston Heston? Let my people go. The 10 Commandments, we like, oh shit, what? You know what I'm saying? All of them in there, white as snow, pale skin, you know, all of them the oppressor. That's why you don't see yourself in nothing that has to do with this world, man. Because they've excluded you. They give you Christianity, they give you comedy relief, they give you football games, they give you entertainment, but they'll never give you the truth, man. They don't give you the truth. That's what I ask you, because it's here in plain. But your Christian pastor would not read this. He won't do it. Because if him telling you the truth means you have to give up them Cadillac on 22s, he ain't gonna do it. That means he has to go without that filet mignon. He's not gonna do it. That means he has to go without that catfish plate that Sister Odell done fried for him. He's not going to do it. But because he's concerned about his fleshly desires, his lusts, all the things he wants to obtain. And if giving you the truth means he has to stop obtaining all the things that makes him feel good, the thing that makes him live good, that makes him feel like he's above you, he's not going to do that. But the brothers in the ISUPK, we will. Right. Commander General Hunter has done it. He's gone without just so this truth can be here today. Right. So Moses' hand went in black as all day, right. Went in and came out leprous. Right. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 7. And he said, put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again and plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again as his other flesh.
As his what?
His other flesh.
I mean, his entire body. He wasn't just a black man on his hand. Right. He was a black man. He was black all down to his feet. Black and proud. Go ahead, Quadon.
Verse 8. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe thee, neither hearken to the voice of the first sign, that they will believe the voice of the latter sign.
So they don't believe just by your voice alone. Well, I'm gonna do something so they'll believe what happens after I tell you, and you say what I say to them, and they'll believe what happens next. Then go ahead.
Verse 9. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe also these two signs, neither hearken unto thy voice, that thou shalt take of the water of the river and pour it upon the dry land. And the water which thou takest out of the river shall become blood upon the dry land.
Will they believe it then? Read on.
Verse 10. And Moses said unto the Most High, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow to speech and of slow tongue.
Moses said he had something going on with his speech. He had something. He recognized his flaws as a brother. He said, "Oh man," but he said, "What is heretofore though?" He said, "Lord, I had this thing going on where I wasn't eloquent before I met you. Before I heard your voice." It ain't changed since it's still here, Lord. You know what I'm saying? Is there something we can do about how I'm talking? Right. You know, Moses like, okay, I had this problem with speech. Right. Lord, before I start, me and you start having this thing about what you wanted me to do, I still have this problem. Right. You know what he said? Go ahead, Salak.
Verse 11. And the Most High said unto him, who hath made man's mouth, or who maketh the dumb, or deaf, or the seeing, or the blind? Have not I the Most High?
Right. So the Lord said, basically, I made you this way for a reason. Right. I know Moses. I know what's going on with you, brother. Right. You okay? Right. Yeah, I know everything that's going on. I know this already. See, that's how you got to recognize in this life. If you choose to deal with things that come to you as an obstacle to what you're trying to do and where Most High wants you, if you choose to deal with it in the physical, you may just be stuck in the physical. Right, that's right. You understand? I don't like the way that look. I don't like the way that makes me feel. I ain't comfortable with such and such and such and such. Oh, they may not like the way my teeth are. They may not like the way my beard grows. My hair ain't like this and da 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 da. You dealing with things in the flesh. That's right. The Lord basically broke this thing down and was telling Moses, I made all these things. I'm gonna deal with you in the spirit. Come on now.
Oh God, it's the book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 12 in the Hebrew. Wa'ata laka wa'ana kaya ahaya I'm payak waha war ya tayak ashar hadabar. Verse 13. Wa Amar, Baya, Adunya, Shalak, Na'a, Bayad, Tashalak, verse 14. Waka, so like a Wayakar, Ap, Yahweh, Bamasha, Waya Amar, Halak, so like a Hala'ah, Ahara, Aha, it's like Ahar, Aharon, it's like you. Akyak, Hala, Hala, Waya, Yada Ait, Yada Aitya, Kaya, Dabar, Yadabar, Hawa'a, Wagam, Hana, Hawa'a, Yataza'a, Lapara, like Lakora, Tak, Wara'ak, Washamak, Balabwa, verse 15. Wadabarat, Ala Yawa, Washamath, Ath, Hadabar, Rayam, Bapa Yawa, Wa'ana Kaya, Ahaya, Aim, Payak, Wa'aim, Paya Hawa, Waha, War Yataya, Atkum, At, Ashar, Ha'aishawan, verse 16. Wadabar, Hawa'a, Laka, Al, Ha'aim, Wahaya, Hawa'a, Yahaya, Laka, Lapa, Wa'ata, Tahaya, Lawa, La'ala, Hayam, verse 17. Wa'at, Hamata, Hazah, the Kwak, Bayadak, it's like it. Ashar, Ha'aisha, Bawa, At, Ha'ata, Ha'atat, it's like it. Verse 18. Wayalak, Mashab, Wayashab, Al, Yatar, Kata, Nawa, Waya Amar, Lawa, Alaka, Na'a, Wa'ashawab, Wa'ashawaba, Al, Akia, Ashar, Bamatazarayim, Wa'a, Ra'ah, Ha'ai, Wadam, Haya, Yum, Waya Amar, Yatarwa, Lamas, it's like Lamasha, Laka, Lashalum, verse 19. Waya Amar, Yahweh, Al, Masha, Bama Dayan, Laka. Oh, that's it. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 12 in the English. Now therefore go, and I will be thy mouth and teach thee what thou shalt say.
Right. So the Most High said, listen, you gonna go do this job, and I'm gonna be your mouthpiece.
Right.
You understand? That meaning he gonna give you something exactly what to say. Right. He gonna teach you. That's what these scriptures are here for, right? So that way you can actually learn what the word of the Lord is right here. So when you speak, you're not speaking of just your words. You're speaking of what? Of the Most High's words. You understand? Read on.
Come, verse 13. And he said, O my Adawan, send, I pray thee, by the hand of him who thou wilt send.
Hey, send me somebody, Lord. Say, hold on. I know you I know you the mouth and you can do all this, but send me somebody, Lord. You know what I'm saying? He still was struggling with his flesh. The thing that we all tend to do when we talk about doing the service. Well, this world, man, will ridicule you on the smallest things, make you feel bad about how the Lord made you. That's why women walking around putting silicone in their body, huh? You don't, men will adore a woman just the way she is, but the amount of attention that you may want from another man or another person, that's based on how you look at yourself in the mirror. Now, some sisters will say, "Well, no, I wanted to fix my breasts because I wanted them like I was 19." Well, Salaki, sis, you're not 19. That's right. Gravity has not failed. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So gravity is going to take its effect over time. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
That's right.
Right. Only thing you can do is keep believing that the Most High is with you. All right, read on.
Verse 14. And the anger of the Most High was kindled against Moses.
And what?
And the anger of the Most High was kindled against Moses.
The Lord was, brother. Okay, Moses. I'm tired of playing games with you, Moses. Right. Seriously? Read on.
And he said, is not Aaron the Levite thy brother? I know that he can speak well.
Think, Moses. Use your head. Right. What is the Most High asked him essentially to do, Quanon? Teach your people and use brotherhood to do it. Right. Right. Is Aaron not your brother? Right. Read on. Watch what else he say.
I know that he can speak well.
He what?
I know that he can speak well.
If the Most High know he can speak well, Moses know he can speak well too. Right. Huh? Right. Okay, go read on. Watch this too.
And also behold.
And what?
And
also read on.
Behold, he cometh forth to meet thee.
Yeah, he on his way to meet you. Watch this though, Don't read on.
And when he sees thee, he will be glad in his heart.
Not only can he speak well, he gonna be happy to see you when you on your way, y'all. Go do my work, man. That's brotherhood. But Moses, you got to see it though. Right. Akim, you got some issues. Your car ain't what you think it should be. If you use brotherhood, you got a brother. He got a brand new car down here. He'll be happy to lend you that car for a couple of days. Right. You got a sister over here. You going to that beautician. You paying $300 for a sew-in. That Yaki 63, whatever that they're using. You got a sister right here that can do hair. Right here that can braid and do everything. Right. But you don't want to do that. Don't you know that she can do hair good? Do you not know he's a mechanic? Right. And they'll be what? They'll be happy to see you when you come asking for help. To do this work? Right. Come on, man. Read on.
Verse 15. And thou shalt speak unto him and put his words, so I can put words in his mouth. And I will be with thy mouth and with his mouth, and will teach you what ye shall do.
Right. So Moses was afraid of this because he know the children of Israel. Could you imagine going to the children, going to Black Hispanic Native Indians today and say, I got a word I want to, like he couldn't talk like that. So what he had to do was, Kodam is Aaron. So this is what Moses was afraid of. Talking to imagine talking to a brother like Kevin Hart or Dave Chappelle, comedians, you understand? And you got some kind of, so you're not eloquent in speech, what Moses said, right? So Moses said,
right. Go ahead, say it. The Most High said he loved everybody. He only died for the Black Hispanics and Native Indians. The eyes became the home of the truth.
Now, niggas would be mad as hell. Right. We'll be like, wait a minute. What the hell That's Black Hispanics Native Indians, right? That's how we would do it, right? Be mad at nigga. What the hell he talking to this nigga? That's Black Hispanics Native Indians. Moses knew that he was gonna get clowned, man. He knew it. But he also said, you know what? I'm going to do what thus says the Lord. I'm going to go get my brother, and me and my brother going to rock this thing out, man. It's just like a brother that's on the podium. You on that podium speaking to your people. Yeah, you talking. Imagine having to read your own scriptures and then have to, ain't nothing wrong with it, but your brother's there beside you. You say, read. Right. And the more and more that brother begin to be on that podium, he get more and more comfortable, and that begins your brother. Right. Y'all see us out there on the street corners. You can't do that by yourself. You need your brothers there. Read on, Kodon Salaki.
It says that he shall be the spokesman unto the people, and he shall be to thee instead of a mouth. Right. And thou shalt be to him instead of God.
Right. So the words that Moses is going to be speaking by the words of God, and Aaron going to be speaking to the people, man. Right. He going to be your mouth. You're going to be his God. That's right. But I'm the one that putting these words that's in your mouth. That's right. Read on.
Verse 17, and thou shalt take this rod in thy hand, wherewith thou shalt do signs. Verse 18. And Moses went and returned to Jethro, his father-in-law, and said unto him, let me go, I pray thee, and return unto my brethren, which are in Egypt, and see whether they yet be whether they be yet alive. And Jethro,
they be what?
Yet be alive.
Brother, the affliction and the oppression was so strong in Egypt. Moses didn't even know if they were gonna be alive, man. It was killing them.
Right.
Just like the oppression here in this earth today, as Black Hispanics, you don't understand the mental, spiritual warfare that your body is facing every time you punch that clock in on that slave. Every time you go into that Christian church, you feel, even though you think you feel better about yourself, you don't. You know what gives you the idea that you feel better about yourself? It's the singing and the dancing. Because soon as you walk out that church, you find up that cigarette. Soon as you walk out that church, you cheating on your husband. Soon as you walk out that church, you still hating your brother. In here, you come in here these truths. We tell you how to be a brother or sister. You walk out of here today, you are conflicted from henceforth about how you should treat your brother, your sister. I heard them brothers say about brotherhood, man, but I don't know, man. I don't know about that brotherhood. I don't know if I can love a nigga 70 times 7. I don't know if I can get forgiven. You're instantly conflicted. Right. I don't know if I can forgive a sister, man. Man, she's a female dog. I don't know about her. You in the church, nobody ever asked you to forgive your sister for a damn thing. Ain't nobody ever asked you to forgive your brother for nothing. I don't know. You and ain't nobody ever told you to go to him and him alone. Right. I've never heard it in the Christian church, huh? You don't even know how a real problem solving skills in the whole damn globe, but here it is in the scripture. Your pastor never talks about it. You can't wait. Back in the day, you couldn't wait to go to the church and find something wrong with somebody else. And yet alone, you didn't look in the mirror to see the thing that was going on with yourself. The scriptures allow you to look at yourself first. Right. Learn how to look at what you could do better, what you're doing wrong. Right. It's perfect in what? Convicting us, what? The spirit. Then you can help your people. Right. Then you can help your people, right? Read on. So, like, what is it? We at? But Moses, we got all time, but Moses seen that, I better go down here. If I don't, we may not just make it. Go ahead.
Says, and Jethro said, Moses, go in peace. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 19 in the Hebrew. Waya Amar, Yahweh, Al, Mashah, Bama Dayan, Laka, Shab, Matazarian, Kaya, Matawa, Kal, Ha'a Nayash Yum, Hama Bakwash Yum, Ath, Napashak, verse 20, Wakwak, Masha, Ath, Ashatwa, Wa'at, Banyawa, Wa Kabam, Al, Hakamar, Wa Yashab, Arataza, Matazarium, Wa Yakwak, Masha, At, Mata, Ha'alahayim, Bayadwa, verse 21, Wa Ya Amar, Yahweh, Al, Masha, Balakatak, La Shawab, Matazarayam, Matazarayama, Ra'ah, Kal, Hama Pat Yum, Ashar, Shamatia, Bayadak, Wa'ai Shayatum, Lapanya, Para'ai, Wa'a Naya, Akzak, Akazak, At, Labawa, Wala'a, Yashalak, At, Ha'im, verse 22, Wa'amarat, Al, Para'ai, Ka, Amar, Yahweh, Banya, Bakaria, Yasha'ala, verse 23, Wa'amar, Alayak, Shalak, Ath, Banya, Wa'ai Bada Danya, Wata Ma'ain, Lashalakawa, Hana, Anakaya, Harag, Ath, Banak, Bakarak, verse 24. Wayahaya, Badarak, Bama Lawan, Waya Waya Pagash, Waya Bagashawa, Yahweh, Waya Bakwash, Hamayatwa, verse 25. Watakwak, Tazapara, Tazar, Wata Karath, Ath, Iralat, Bana, Wata Gai, Lara Galaya Wahamar Kaya, Katan, Damayam, Ata Laya. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 19 in the English. And the Most High said unto Moses in Midian, Go, return into Egypt, for all the men are dead which sought thy life. Verse 20. And Moses took his wife and his sons and set them upon an ass, and he returned to the land of Egypt. And Moses took the rod of the Most High in his hand.
So you remember Moses fled the land of Egypt because they were trying to kill him, because remember he was seeing the oppression that was going on. So he slew an Egyptian. Right. So he was still on the run. So they said, the people that were looking for you, they dead now. You good. You can go back to the land. Let's go.
Come. Verse 21. And the Most High said unto Moses, when thou goest to return into Egypt, see that thou do all those wonders before Pharaoh.
Watch this, Pharaoh. Right. The Most High is with me. Watch this.
Right.
See that?
Right.
You see this staff that the Lord gave me? Watch this. The Lord is with me. I got a thing right here.
Right.
Read on.
Which I have put in thine hand, but I will harden his heart, that he shall not let the people go.
Right. So Moses, you're gonna show him this,
right?
But I'm gonna harden his heart, and he's not gonna let the people go.
Right.
But he's gonna see that you got some real power, though.
Right.
He gonna understand that I'm with you, because he's not gonna understand these wonders. Right. Read on.
Come. And thou shalt say unto him, it's like unto Pharaoh, thus said the Most High.
This is what the Lord said.
Israel is my son.
Is what?
Is my son.
Go ahead.
Even my firstborn.
What is the Lord saying? Israel is my inheritance.
Right.
They receive everything that I have to offer. That was the firstborn son. That is significant of having the firstborn son, if I may. He received the inheritance.
Right.
He has the same power. He becomes just like the Father.
Right.
Israel is my son. Right. No other nation, Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, no other nations. They were going to receive my inheritance. Read on.
Come. Says, even my firstborn, verse 23. And I say unto thee, let my son go, that he may serve me.
Let my inheritance go, that they may serve me. Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, my people. Read on.
And if thou refuse to let him go, behold, I will slay thy son, even thy firstborn.
If you don't let them go, this is what's going to happen to you.
Right.
Just like you trying to end my inheritance. What's significant? Once again, what's the significance of having a son, firstborn? Your inheritance. Right. So if you're going to try to cut out my bloodline, my inheritance, what thus says Lord, then guess what, Mr. Pharaoh? I'm going to do the same thing to you. Right. That's something different there, ain't it?
That's it.
Read on.
Verse 24. And it came to pass by the way in the end that the Most High met him and sought to kill him. Verse 25. Then Zipporah took a sharp stone and cut off the foreskin of her son and cast it at his feet and said, surely a bloody husband art thou to me.
This is what she called Moses for doing the traditions of their fathers. She didn't understand.
Right.
Calling her a bloody husband, because they didn't understand the what'd you call it? Circumcision, if I may. You understand? She didn't understand it. Read on.
That's it for the English, sir. This is Exodus chapter 4, verse 26 in the Hebrew. Wayarap, Mama Noah, Az, Amara, Ka Katan, Damayam, Lamawa Lat. Verse 27. Waya Amar, Yahweh, Al, Aharan, Laka, La Koraat, Masha, Hamadobora, Waya Lak, Waya Pagash Hawa, Bahar, Ha Alahayim, Waya Shak, Lawa. Verse 28. Waya God, Masha, La Haran, Ath, Kal, Dabaria, Yahweh, Ashar, Shalakwa, Wa'at, Kal, Ha'atat, Ashar, Tazawa, Hawa. Verse 29. Waya Lak, Masha, Waya Haran, Waya Asa, Pawa, At, Kal, Zakonya, Banya Yasha'ala. Verse 30. Dabar, Aharan, At, Kal, Hadabarayom, Ashar, Dabar, Yahweh, Al, Masha, Waya Aish, Ha'atat, La'aya Yanya, Ha'aim, verse 31. Waya Amar, Ha'aim, Waya Shemaiwan, Waya Shemaiwa, Kaya, Pakwar, Pakwad, Yahweh, Ath, Banya, Yasha'ala, Wakaya, Ra'ah, Ath, Anayam, Waya Quad Wa, Wayashata Ka Wawa. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 5, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Waya Akar, Ba'awa, Masha, Wa'a Haran, Waya Amarwa, Al, Para'ai, Ka, Amar, Yahweh, Al Haya, Yasha'ala, Shalak, At, Imya, Waya Kagwa, Laya, Bamadabar. Verse, oh, that's it. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 26 in the English. So let him go. Then she said, a bloody husband thou art because of the circumcision.
She didn't understand that Moses was keeping the traditions of their father.
Right.
Moses had real strength, man.
That's right.
Read on. And that we said, right? The circumcision, right? Read on.
Verse 27. And the Most High said to Aaron, go into the wilderness to meet Moses. And he went and met him in the mount of the Most High and kissed him.
And Salaki too. This also shows to the strength of Moses too. It shows like, guess what? He just went to the Pharaoh, right, and told the Pharaoh, "You're gonna let my people go." That's right. You understand? In his face, and say, "You know what? If you don't, then guess what? Your children gonna die." So much so, then he faced Pharaoh, come back home dealing with his real. I guess we say, "Well, listen, we're gonna clean this up too. Right. Make sure my son is circumcised." Right. And you dealing with a woman, he gonna cry and. See, a woman has a way of making you. If he had listened to her, that thing that he was supposed to do to keep the tradition of his fathers, he probably would have stopped it. Right. Imagine him dealing with a woman that you care about coming up against you, saying, "You dirty, filthy, you going to count." Guess what? That what your fathers did. That's right. You controlling your daughter's life. You want she should have a be able to date and do whatever she want to do. Like who was that? Not Will Smith. What's his name? Steve Harvey and Lori Harvey, and his wife done turned that girl into a whore, man. Right. Imagine dealing with a sister knowing all the guys that she done been with in the entertainment business. When you rather deal with a sister that you realize like, damn, she ain't dealt with Future. She ain't been with Puff Daddy or his son. These are all men that everybody know. And you gonna wear her on your arm like she's some kind of jewelry. You know what that does to a man's psyche? To be around other men knowing that somebody else in this room has slept with this woman. What? Yeah, walk past this man, and anytime any homeboys together, if she smile at him too long, she's like, oh. Right. You already know. He get around his homeboy, start doing this. You like, damn, I know he told me. Right. So why would you want to raise your daughter like a whore? Moses understood the value of just muting her out, if I may, and doing what the tradition of his fathers, you understand, and circumcising his son. Right. Read on.
It's a like, sir, if I may, the last part where it says, we want to clear that up because they try to say about homosexual being gay in the Bible. It says and he went and met him in the mount and he kissed him. This is just a holy kiss, like what you see, us doing the ISPK when we salute a brother, man. So he didn't really kiss that brother. He just gave him the holy kiss, which is a salute. Salaki. Verse 28. And Moses told Aaron all the words of the Most High who had sent him and all the signs which he commanded him. Verse 29. And Moses and Aaron went and gathered together all the elders of the children of Israel. Verse 30. And Aaron spake all the words which the Most High had spoken unto Moses and did the signs in the sight of the people. Verse 31. And the people believed. And when they heard that the Most High had visited the children of Israel and that he had looked upon their affliction, then they bowed their heads.
They did what?
They bowed their heads.
They understood that, guess what? The Lord gave us a sign in Moses.
Right.
And this is a man that we shall follow. Absolutely. They understood the assignment then. Right. Because not only did they see the thing that Moses had done, the wonders that Moses had done, that the Most High had showed Moses, they also realized they was afflicted. The problem is, in this empire that we call America, we don't understand the affliction that we face from day to day. We don't understand it because the affliction that you face is covered up by Christmas. The affliction that we face is covered up by the 4th of July. The affliction that we face is covered up by Thanksgiving. The affliction that we face is covered up by strip clubs, weed, marijuana, cocaine, drug dealing, nice cars, nice houses, nice grass, nice uniforms for your kids to go to school and feel like you're a part of it. Nice football games and athletes. That's how our affliction is covered up. You remove yourself from all that, you be like, good night. This is a messed up world we live in, man. Right. Turn off social media for a couple days and stop seeing everybody smiling. All these, that's what makes it so popular, man. You working at your slave, you get 15 minutes for a goddamn break. Eat something and go back out on the floor at a factory. You get 15 minutes. And what do you use that 15 minutes for? To look at Instagram, to look at Facebook. Right. God damn. Right. You wouldn't just read the scriptures in them 15 minutes. You wouldn't just lay on your back and look at the sky and say, Lord made some glorious, man. That's right. Good night. You need yourself to live vicariously through somebody who living good, so you don't understand the affliction that you face. Right. As to why when they had to do what first? They had to gather together. Huh? Right. And then what it say? They had to go and see first. Right. That's why we say come to class. Right. You need to come see this first, so we can show you that you're really living in affliction, man. You really dealing with something you don't even understand it. But you got to get off Instagram and Facebook, social media. You got to unplug from this thing first. Yeah. You got to come out of her first so you can really take a look at the affliction, not just you facing, the entire nation of blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. We're all facing. They had a hurricane down in Florida, came through North Carolina. I guarantee you, let's see what neighborhoods come together and deal with the affliction that's down there. Let's see how long it takes. Who's going to get the first relief? Come on, Quidon.
It says, and they bowed their heads and worship. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 5, verse 1. And afterward, Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, thus said the Most High Power.
That's right, Boz. That's what we understand about commanding Junior Hunter, brother. That's right. Keep going.
Come. And told Pharaoh, thus said the Most High Power of Israel, let my people go. My people go.
Let my people go.
Right.
Come on.
That they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness. That's it. I thought you about to expound.
No.
Oh, okay. No, like I said, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 5, verse 2 in the Hebrew. Waya Amar, Parai, Maya, Yahweh, Ashar, Ashamai, Bakwalwa, La Shalak, Ath, Yasha'ala, La'ah, Yada Ait, Ya, Ath, Yahweh, Wagam, Ath, Yasha'ala, La'ah, Ashalak, verse 3, Waya Amarawa, Alahayab, Ha'ai Barium, Nakura'ah, Ilaya Nawa, Nalaka, Na'ah, the Barak, Salaka, the Rock, Shalashat, Yum, Bakwa, the Ba, Salaka, Bama, the Bar, Wanaza, Bakat, La Yahweh, Al Hayanawa, Pan, Yapagai, Nawa, Badabar, Awa, Bakarab, verse 4, Waya Amar, Alaham, Malak, Matazarium, Lama, Masha, Wa Amaran, Hapare Yaiwa, At, Ha'aim, Mama I, Shayawa, Lakawa, Lasaba, Lat Yakum, verse 5, Waya Amar, Para'ai, Han, Rabayum, Ata, Aim, Ha'arataza, Waha Batum, Atum, Masaba Latum, verse 6, Wayatazawa, Para'ai, Bayawam, Hahawa'a, At, Hana Gashayum, Ba'aim, Wa'at, Salaki Wa'at, Shata Raya, Salaki Shata Raya, Wa, Salaki, La Amar, verse 7, La'a, Ha'a Sa Pawan, Latat, Latat, Salaki, Haban, La'aim, Lalaban, Hala Banyawa, Salaki, sir, 7, Hala Ban Yum, Bata Mawal, Shala Shah La Shum, Hum, Waya Kawa, Walakawa, Wakwash Shawa, Lahum, Haban, verse 8, Wa'at, Mata Kanat, Hala Banyam, Salaki, Ashar, Hum, Aishayum, Tama Wal, Shalasham, Hasha Yamwa, Al Yahum, La'ah, Taga Ra'aiwa, Mama Nawa, Kaya, Napa, Slaka Narapayam, Hum, Al Khan, Hum, Taza I Quayum, La Amar, Nala Ka, Naza Baka, La Ala Kaya Nawa. This is the book of Genesis, Slaki. Good night. I've been doing good. This book of Exodus, chapter 5, verse 2 in the English. And Pharaoh said, who is the Most High?
Who is this God y'all talking about?
Right.
Why should I pay attention to you? Who is this God? Read on.
That I should obey his voice to let Israel go.
He ain't my God.
Right.
Y'all, that I should listen to you. Y'all the servants. Why should I let y'all go?
Right.
Read on.
I know not the Most High.
He ain't my God. Read on.
Neither will I let Israel go.
Neither will I let y'all go. This is part of hardening on Pharaoh's heart, if I may.
Right.
The hardening of Pharaoh's heart. I gotta get my words together. I'm mad to do like Moses did.
Right.
Come on.
Salakia. Lost my way. Verse 2, verse 3. Salakia, no, it's verse. Neither will I let Israel go. Verse 3, Comic-Con. And they said, the most high, the power of the Hebrews have met with us. Let us go. We pray thee 3 days' journey into the desert and sacrifice unto the Most High our power, lest he fall upon us with pestilence or with the sword.
Right. So they understood. So the Lord gonna deal with us if we're what? Disobedient. Right. Hey, Pharaoh, I pray you understand this now. Get out the way. Read on.
Verse 4. And the king of Egypt said unto them, wherefore do ye, Moses and Aaron, let the people from their works?
Y'all order what you supposed to let them from their works? Read on.
Get you unto your burden.
You better get to work. Right. You thinking you gonna free the children of Israel from their works. Damn it, you get to work. You know what I'm saying? Put y'all to work. Read on.
Verse 5. And Pharaoh said, behold, the people of the land now are many, and ye make them rest from their burdens.
Right. It's what they need to rest for. It's a lot of y'all. Y'all should find a way to work together. Right. That's right. What you need a break for? It's not y'all. You see how they think about us? You see how the oppressor. You back in the day, it was unheard of for somebody to work on the Sabbath, man. Right. You didn't work on a Saturday and Sunday. That was your day. Right. I'm for real. I'm talking about, I ain't gonna tell you my age. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, it was rarely ever heard of that people working a lot of overtime. You know, unless you requested overtime. It was rarely heard of that you would work on a Saturday and Sunday. Right. People know, like, people gonna travel on the weekend. But nowadays, you tell them, man, we on 7 days. All right, man, yeah, we on 6 days. It's like it's nothing to us anymore. Right. But back in the day, we didn't do that. You know, 7 days, we didn't do that. You work from Monday to Friday. That's why the word 9 to 5 was so big. Because we all understood, like, you was at work from 9 to 5. Only people who really did things that was outside of that was the military, and they would say, we done more before 9 p.m. than most people do in the whole day. That was a military lifestyle. But now it's commonplace and common knowledge for a brother to work 12 hours. It's commonplace and common knowledge for a brother to work, you know what I'm saying, 7 days a week. They have to request a day off, and the only day that they get off is the holidays. Well, Pharaoh saying this exact same thing. It's a lot of y'all. What y'all need a break for? Read on.
Verse 6. And Pharaoh commanded the same day the taskmasters.
The who?
The taskmasters.
Come on.
Of the people. And of their officers.
And of their officers, meaning our own people, your own brothers that were over you. You like they say, what they always say? Sometimes be your own people. Well, Pharaoh said, you know what? I'm going to command them, the ones that are over you. The taskmasters, right? Read on.
Saying, verse 7.
The taskmasters today would be who? If y'all listening online, who would be the taskmasters today? And the officers that are over Black, Hispanic, Native Indians. You tell me, who would be making these recommendations to these taskmasters and these officers that are over the children of Israel today? Go ahead and read it. I won't catch up if they answer. Let me see what they say online. Go ahead.
Sir. Verse 7. You shall no more give the people straw to make brick.
Because you are over them, don't give them no more straw to make brick. Read on.
As therefore, so like as heretofore, let them go and gather straw for themselves.
Right. Don't make their jobs easy anymore. Afflict them even more with their burdens.